Welcome to Zonie Living, everybody. I'm Bonnie Stevens, and as you can see, I am surrounded by the glorious red rocks of Sedona. Right behind me is the Chapel of the Holy Cross. I think you can see it. And one wonderful thing about northern Arizona is that after we have a snowstorm, we have these glorious blue skies and everything just glistens. This is truly a winter wonderland. Now, during this snowstorm, I have to tell you, I have been in a mansion with 7 powerful women. These are women to watch. They have had a huge impact already, and more is yet to come. Our first one is Adelina Winfield of Prescott. We call her Fly Granny. Here's why.
The term fly, I remember it being used back in the 70s. Yes, I'm dating myself. Back in the 70s, it was a slang term for just looking great, looking fabulous. Girl, you look fly. Or, and I'm a granny, so hence fly granny.
I want you to tell everyone what value you're bringing to people, especially to women.
Well, Bonnie, I have a nice large audience on Instagram, and I influence baby boomers, but especially women over 50, how to live their best lives in all areas of their life. Finding love over 50, looking fashionable over 50, because what happens is a lot of people, when they get older, they get stuck in a time warp, and they keep the fashion from decades ago, and we need to update. We need to stay relevant and new and fresh. And I inspire people to do that. Like, you can still wear shorts at 50, 60, 70. I don't care what people say. So that's one of the things. And then finding love at a mature age, which I did myself. And I share that with a lot of women, and it inspires so many women.
Now, I know, Adelina, that you are also known as a silver-haired model. Would you please explain that?
Well, yes. About 3 years ago, I just decided to embrace my silver hair, and I was lucky to have the support of my family. A lot of people don't have that support, and it's very difficult to navigate the changes of the transition, because you literally go out with this much gray hair and the rest of your hair, maybe 2 or 3 other colors. So I embraced it about 3 years ago, and I just let it come into its full glory. And it changed my life in so many ways. Number one, embracing myself for who I am. Number two, I thought I would look older, and I don't. It makes a lot of women look brighter. And then, the purpose of my life changed, because now I can inspire others to embrace their gray and embrace this mature season of life with joy.
And what big project are you working on?
I'm currently writing a book about my story, with my gray hair transition. And just, I want to inspire the world with that.
Adelina Winfield, you are a true inspiration. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Bonnie.
Next up is a woman who is a realtor. She's also many other things. Her name is Lori Anna Harrison. She is another one of our great women to watch, and she's got so much going on. But first, I want you to hear from her. She is, let me set the stage. When she was a little girl, and where most little girls were playing with dolls, Lori Anna Harrison was playing with blueprints. She was imagining what life would be like to go through these amazing blueprinted houses and all the furniture and what would go in there and the families that would live there, including the dogs. So I want you to meet this amazing woman. Lori, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, Bonnie. Thank you so much for having me today.
Lori, you make dreams come true for people. Tell us about that.
Thank you, Bonnie. I do feel like I make dreams come true when I get to work with buyers and sellers looking for the right home that speaks to their heart. I'm there to make it happen. And it's a journey. It's an emotional roller coaster at times. And I'm there as their objective third party to help them remember what the objective is and where they want to go, and provide peace, and also be their cheerleader while we're going through this journey together.
And one of the unique things about you, Lori, is that you're also a certified accountant. And so, how does that work into the real estate world?
Being an accountant, you would never think of a realtor and an accountant one and the same. And I am so thankful that that is my education. And I bring those statistics, that love of numbers to my clients. I end up working with very sophisticated clients, financial planners, first-time home buyers, and they put their trust in me. And I'm able to go through those stats on a home. I love to work within budgets for my clients and help them find something so that they're not biting off more than they can chew and not be house poor. The best feeling in the world is to find that perfect home to move into and still have money to go out to dinner and enjoy the lifestyle that they want to enjoy.
And I know one of your specialties is helping people find that luxurious vacation home. What kind of lifestyle are they after? And just tell us about that whole world.
These days, especially post-pandemic, people are looking for the great outdoors and they want to have their activities. I love pickleball, so I happen to attract a lot of clients that play pickleball. They love being outdoors on the golf course. People that want to enjoy mahjong and bridge and just being with their friends and enjoying dinners together and those types of things. So for second homes, it's oftentimes really truly it's about community and finding those like-hearted friends that are going to fit in and plug into the lifestyle that my clients enjoy.
Lori, another amazing aspect of your history is that you worked on a yacht for 3 years, different yachts perhaps, but in those tiny spaces, you were bringing elegance and luxury in no matter what size, which I'm sure transfers to your role today.
It absolutely does, Bonnie. Great things come in small packages. And when you're working on a yacht, you have to maximize every single square inch of that beautiful vessel. And that applies true now, especially with first-time home buyers and affordability being truly a big issue across the nation. And moving into those spaces, small does not mean that it's not greatly designed. And I always say, good design does not have to cost more. So you can get into a beautiful townhome or a condo or a bungalow, and you can make that space lovely by adding a fresh coat of paint or updating a kitchen or updating lighting, just simple things that are going to have a transformative effect on that space.
All right, Lori Anna Harrison, we will be watching you as one of our women to watch. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me, Bonnie.
Our next amazing woman to watch is Colleen Biggs. Her brand is Be You, Be Strong. I want you to meet Colleen right now. Hi, Colleen.
Hi, Bonnie. How are you?
I'm doing great. This has been an amazing week, and you have so many exciting things happening. But I want everyone to know the value that you brought to more than 360 business people.
Yeah, I'm just honored to have been able to partner with all of these business owners over the last couple decades. It's probably been about 22 years. And I'm honored to be able to be on that journey to help them expand their reach in communities, to make a greater impact as an entrepreneur, and to generate their own income. I mean, it's the American dream, right?
It absolutely is. You've got a big year ahead. I know you've got conferences planned. Why should people link in with Colleen Biggs? Be you, be strong.
I'm glad that you asked that question, Bonnie. And the number one reason why female business owners should considering having me as part of their proximity principle and plan for 2024 really comes down to putting people in the path that can be a partner for you, that could be a resource for you, that could be someone that provides knowledge or wisdom. I provide platforms for small business owners to be able to expand their reach, for them to gain more visibility, have that wisdom and knowledge. And that's from putting female business owners together. So it's not about me, it's all about you.
Colleen, tell me how you work with business people, especially women, and what results have you seen?
Yeah, Bonnie, that's a great question. And the results have really spanned the board for small business owners. So, let's use the Empower and Elevate conference last November for an example. There have been 3 women just from that conference, and we had over 111 registered for that one, that have reached out to me, sent me cards, sent me personal gifts that said thank you. I got opportunities to speak on more stages because of that event. Another individual is now teaching workshops downtown for Venture Cafe here in Phoenix, a whole nother group, a networking group that exists here in Arizona. Personally, the online Leap community that I have created for women have gotten women additional clients. They've made them, generated income from it. They've been able to have opportunities to speak on stages at conferences. Women have found business funding. We don't talk a lot about what it takes money wise to build a successful business and leveraging working capital. And so now we have more banks that I'm working with, more funding institutions, the chambers, NABO. These are other organizations that are serving women as well. So that just shows that collaboration over competition wins every single time.
Oh boy, you said it, girl. Colleen Biggs, you are a true champion for women. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Bonnie. Love you so much.
Next up is a lovely woman from Colorado. We have Roberta Hughes with us, and she is the founder of Peaceful Living. Roberta, you impact so many people and you help de-stress us, you help us stretch, you help keep us healthy. Tell us a little bit about your business.
So Peaceful Living combines the practices of yoga, Pilates, meditation, and facial reflexology. And all of these practices can help a person find a place of tranquility, peace, and calm amongst the busyness of life's daily struggles and demands.
And for people who are super busy, which is so many of us, business people, and so many of us feel the stress. And the thing that gets cut out of our lives is taking good care of ourselves. But you have a solution for that.
Yes, I teach people how to move themselves up to the top of their list, to carve out little pockets of time, even as little as 1 minute practiced every single day, can make such a big difference in how a person feels, how their energy levels are able to be maintained, and how they can really excel in all of the areas of their life.
So if I have 1 minute, if I give only 1 minute to my day, give me some tips about what I can do with that 1 minute.
So I have 3 things you can do in 60 seconds or less. Number 1 is intentional breathing. Take a nice deep inhale through your nose, fill your whole body with that breath, and then let all of the muscles squeeze out that breath. Maybe do that one more time, Bonnie, because it was such a beautiful visual to see your whole body fill with that breath. And then as you release it, those muscles are working. And then let your natural breath return.
Thank you.
Hopefully you can feel the effects of that. So that's number 1. Number 2, I have a yoga pose called legs up the wall. And you lie down on the floor on your back. You put your legs up the wall. So you're kind of making this L shape with your body and your legs. And that reverses the blood flow. It helps to calm your heart. It helps to calm your head. And those thoughts get a little quieter. So you can set a timer for 1 minute up to 10 minutes to do that, to rest and restore. And then number 3, I have this little hack to help the vagus nerve, which is our wandering nerve. It goes from the top of the head all through our digestive system. And that nerve is responsible for our ability to rest and digest, which helps us restore our energy. So if you rub your hands together, Bonnie, and kind of get a little bit of heat and energy in those hands, and then just bring them to the back of your neck and slowly let those hands glide down, just very soft touch. and then tell me how you feel.
Well, between listening to your lovely voice and feeling the warmth go down my neck and to my shoulders, I just feel like a weight was just lifted and set over there on the other side of the fireplace. So thank you so much for that. I truly appreciate those 60-second respites that we can do during the day that are good for us, good for our minds, good for our bodies. That's brilliant. Thank you for your beautiful voice. I also know that you have lots of retreats that you have that people can come to you for. And I know that you do a winter retreat. Will you tell us just a little bit about that?
Yes, so this February in Monument, Colorado, I have a retreat that's from Friday to Sunday, a few short days to carve out time to make yourself the number one person on your list. And you'll get to receive yoga, meditation, Pilates, a personal chef creating your meals, time in nature. And the practice of wintering is our ability to carve out time to go inward, to offer time for deep reflection, to nourish our souls, so we can take that creativity and spring forward when the weather gets nicer. And then I also do mini retreats, which is anywhere from 3 hours to 8 hours, just one day of your time to give yourself that opportunity to get away from the hustle and bustle of the daily grind and nourish yourself, and then take that nourishment back into your week so that you can be productive, active, and vibrant in all of the things that you do.
Roberta, I know that you have quite a following. Where can we find you?
On my website, peacefulliving.com, full has 2 L's. I also offer a lot of free content on Instagram at Roberta_peaceful living.
Roberta Hughes, you are just the poster child of tranquility, and you bring so much to us. You brought so much to us this week. So appreciate you being with us. And thank you for bringing peaceful living to so many people.
Thank you, Bonnie, for having me. And it has been such a joy getting to know you and having the ability to contribute to your life and your health and well-being, and to call you a friend. So thank you for having me today.
All right, I'll see you on the yoga mat.
Yes.
Our next woman to watch is a lovely woman who has an incredible background in engineering, architecture. Most recently, she was an editor of a magazine, and now she's a connector in a new way. I want you to meet Kimberly Trotta Holmes. Hi, Kimberly.
Hi, Bonnie. How are you?
I am great. I cannot be anything but great in this beautiful environment. And with these powerful women like yourself, Kimberly, tell us what you bring to the world. What would be your superpower?
Oh, good question. My superpower, I've truly decided and feel that it's connection. And I cannot wait to connect every person that I love with the information that seems to boil up from inside of me, and this quest for life and knowledge. Um, I just can't wait to share it.
I know that your next big project is going to be something that the world will want to watch. You see, Kimberly is out on a quest for ancient wisdom all around the world, bringing healing therapies back with her. And this is not only for well-being and living well, it's also to help relieve pain and other ailments. Kimberly, this is so big. I'm so excited for you. And I'm so excited for the opportunity that we'll be able to follow you through this. Tell us about this.
Oh, I'm so hopeful you will. I've discovered so many ancient wisdoms as of late, just scratching the surface, really. And it has already transformed my life, selling my magazine, renewing my vows with my husband in such a short time. And it just opens up one layer after another of adventure, exotic location, exotic adventure inside, finding what is out there. And all I wish to do is to be what I see in the world as a reflection for you to come join me. Where does it turn you on? Where does it excite you? Come find out. And yeah, just come with me. Join me.
I will definitely be coming along for the ride. And I want to know, I think you mentioned some places that you're going to be exploring. Give us an example of where you might be going.
Well, my husband and I just came back from an 8-day in Tulum, which is in Belize, just above Belize and in the Yucatan. I've been invited to a workshop in Egypt and one in Trinidad and Tobago, another one in London, and most recently Mezzanotte, where there's brilliant ancient wisdom coming through from the Yucatan. So much in store for us on this planet and so much to do in this life and to find out about ourselves.
What got you interested in this?
Oh, well, personal experience. How else, right? Our lives become and envelop and bloom. Yes, I've had so much experience through my family as a reflection of the life I am moving through, and 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 I was looking for answers that were not in in muting the pain. I think our whole world is maybe maybe just obsessed with muting the pain that we're feeling and the emotions that we're feeling, but to be able to let those loose and to discover where they stem from and how you can best use that for success and money and magic instead of pain, surgery, and insecurity, right? Like, let's do that. Let's go there.
Let's definitely do that. And I think being in Sedona, especially, it has that sort of vibe and it's got that reputation for healing and inspiration. And how has that helped you during this time of being here and away from the rest of your busy life?
Well, Sedona, I mean, we grew up here. I grew up in this environment. I grew up hearing about the foods and the land and the ancient traditions here in Sedona with mysticism and the magics. And then I went and became a professional engineer and architect and, enjoyed that life in Palm Beach and in Mar-a-Lago and all of the places. So it's really fascinating to me to take both and present them in a hub, if you will, in a digital magazine where you can work with me as I change myself, humbly and available to you to see my vulnerabilities. But also, where could you possibly adventure next? Is it Egypt? Is it Bali? Is it Trinidad? Come with me or find your own. And so, to answer your question more specifically, this Sedona experience is transformational, and it always is when you come here.
You have stated the truth. And I want to know, Kimberly, as I'm sure our viewers want to know, how do we follow you, or will you keep us posted on how we can find you?
Well, I have started a new marketing company called KH Elements Marketing, and the elements really speak to all things that we're trying to discover, right? So KH Elements Marketing at gmail.com.
Kimberly, Trotta, Holmes, we are so excited to see what you're going to do next. You are definitely a woman to watch. Thank you for being with us. Another woman to watch is Linda Thyne. Linda lives in the Prescott area and she has recently taken on a new role. However, her entire career has been in advertising and she is a true gem when it comes to helping small businesses. So Linda, tell us the value of advertising and what would you say to a small business owner who really needs to advertise? What are the benefits?
Thanks, Bonnie. The value of advertising is how a business shares everything they have with their customers. So it tells their story. It makes the offer. It appeals to the target audience that they want. So it's a huge part of how they're successful, how their business works and operates.
Linda, you are the advertising director for Quad Cities Business News. Now, the beauty of the Quad Cities is that it is one of the areas to watch in Arizona. It is expanding and growing, and economists have been talking about that for quite a while. That was before COVID, before the Great Recession. I believe now is the time that we're going to see a lot of growth, a lot of economic development, and we're already seeing that in the Verde Valley. So as the advertising director for Quad Cities Business News, how important is that for small businesses to get their face front and center?
Oh gosh, Bonnie, half of the market is from California. and everywhere else. There are transplants there. So the old community where everybody knew everybody and word of mouth could just be easily shared has come and gone, and the growth is tremendous. And for me, I feel like business owners are what's porting that growth. They're causing that, and they're the ones employing, and they're the ones making the market viable. So helping them share their message is what I love to do.
Well, it absolutely shows. And I know you've got some big plans for the near future. Can you share some of those with us?
Well, the universities are changing, and digital is just a huge component to every business. And so just helping our distribution growth digitally is affordable and gets it easily into everybody's hands, the newspaper. So the advertisers' stories are read, and what they share with the community is more readily available.
You live in one of the most beautiful and desirable places in the Prescott area, and you work for the Quad Cities Business News, and you can help lots of businesses. So how do they find you?
Easy. It's Linda at quadcitybusinessnews.com.
So Linda at quadcitiesbusinessnews.com gets right to you. And if you don't know anything about advertising, this lady is your champion. She will tell you how to do it, where to put your ads, how to ask for action, right? So people can get feedback. Is that one of your tips for small businesses?
Well, definitely a call to action. If you're looking to achieve something, you need to ask for it. So a lot of businesses will post an ad with just a logo and then say, this isn't effective. Well, it effectively shared your logo. It doesn't mean you didn't ask them to do anything. So maybe they didn't, but they saw it.
You have strategies. I so appreciate your time and sharing your tips with us today. Thanks so much for being on Zonie Living.
Thank you, Bonnie.
Our next woman to watch, you probably already heard of her. She's the master speaker trainer, and she has trained thousands of people to be a public speaker, some cases an international public speaker, up on stage, in front of cameras, face to face, you name it. She is the guru of speaking. Her name is RV Robinson. And RV, you've been doing this for a couple of decades, and you have trained so many people, but your business has expanded recently. Tell us about what are you doing right now?
Well, right now, thank you, Bonnie, for asking. Well, right now, a couple of years ago, my husband passed unexpectedly. So to deal with the grief, I became a bodybuilder. And so I've just been bodybuilding, and I realized that bodybuilding and speaking really go hand in hand, because you need the same elements with bodybuilding as you need with speaking, and that is commitment, dedication, and consistency. So I've been interweaving that philosophy into my business ever since.
And what is your hope to do with your journey that you're on? And by the way, I have to mention, you've only been on this for just barely over a year. Talk
That's
about
right.
transformation and what your hope is as you bring that to the world.
Thank you. Thank you. So yes, it's only been, believe it or not, people look at me and they, oh, you've been doing this all your life. No, I was 35 pounds heavier a year and a half ago. And I just commitment. I just started working out for 3 days a week, then 4 days and 5 days and 6 days. So I do 6 days a week now for 90 minutes. And I do, legs and arms different days, so there's a regime, there's a system, and I just follow it. There's a diet plan which I follow, so it's all of it. It's the entire package. And again, I'm committed. So my hope, and I didn't expect this was not what I expected to have happen. I was just dealing with grief. I needed a goal that was bigger than my own grief. And so I just did this for me. I set a goal when I started that by the age of 70, I started at 68. By the age of 70, I was going to be in a bikini contest. That was my goal, because I didn't want to just work out. I needed something huge that would, again, be bigger than my grief. So unexpectedly, though, I started inspiring women. I would post my posts on social media and people would say, wow, you've inspired me. Now I'm working out. And again, these are women that are over 50, they're 60, some in their 70s. And I never imagined that would happen. And so it's like, it feels really good. So I thought, okay, I need to do something bigger for them and give them hope. So it gives people hope that yes, that no matter how old they are, they can start to work out again. Because again, I only did this a year and a half ago, and I went from 145 to like, when recently I was 108, so it can happen. And the other thing is like the other day I saw a woman and she was celebrating her birthday, and she gets up from a restaurant and she goes and she gets in a walker and she starts walking away and this walker, and I just said, oh, happy birthday, what is the birthday for you? And she said 65. And I was like, oh my God, my heart just went out to her. And I thought, oh my God, I got to help these women, it to stop that, because even though she is 65, she's like, yeah, I'm going to get 2 knee surgeries. Oh my God. It's like, no, we've got to do something about this and give hope and inspiration to women that are 50, 60. And again, you don't have to start at 40. A lot of women give up. They just give up at 50 and 60. So I'm here to say, don't give up, right? Again, I just did it a year and a half ago at 68 years old. It doesn't take long if you have that commitment, dedication, and consistency.
RV, I think it's important to note that you have been an athlete your whole life. You have been a runner. You have been
Yes.
active. But you said to yourself when you saw this one picture of a woman that
Right.
inspired you, I've been working out and I'm fit and I'm healthy, but I don't look like that. Tell us what that looked like and how you got there.
Right. Okay. So I was looking at YouTube one day, and again, when I was very depressed and very isolated, and just dealing with my own loneliness and grief and depression, and so I saw this amazing woman that was 85 years old, and she was a bodybuilder, and I thought to myself in that moment, wow, yes, I have worked out all my life, but I didn't look anything like her, and that's what I wanted. And again, even though I've worked out, I would work out 2 days a week. I would work out 3 days, just not half an hour here, half an hour there, not the kind of dedication and commitment that it takes to actually transform your body, not only physically, but internally, right? Internal, health and getting rid of that visceral fat and all that stuff that makes us ill inside. So, yeah, she changed my life.
And this is achievable. That's your message.
Yes, it's achievable.
So
Yes.
show us. Okay, now I don't say this to most women, but I'm going to ask you this. Now, I know when you're a bodybuilder and you're competing, you are on stage and there are
Yes.
coaches that teach you how to pose. So
Yes.
you've got to show us your arms. You've got to show us a pose.
Yeah, so we don't get to pose this way, unfortunately. We do a kind of a front pose, and then we do a back side pose and a back pose, because they're really interested in the bikini contest and in your glutes and your hamstrings. But there is a figure side, a figure competition where they do their arms and their backs. And I mean, to be 69 and to walk on stage in a bikini, and I'm talking about a teeny weeny bikini, teeny weeny weeny bikini, and to compete with women that are in their 50s, what was a lot, but I did it. And the most amazing thing happened is that even though, yes, no, I didn't win because I wasn't there to win. I won by stepping on stage. But what happened, right? The most amazing thing happened was that I was the biggest celebrity in the room, because they announced my age when I stepped on stage, and I stepped on stage 4 times, and every time they announced my age. So in the hallway, people would stop me and they would congratulate me, and then they would tell me about other organizations that did have groups 60 and older, and then they wanted to take their pictures with me. So I mean, I didn't think that would happen. It was amazing, an amazing experience. Again, that I inspired people right there at that competition, young girls and older women.
And I would imagine feeling amazing, feeling the confidence, the confidence at any age of walking out on stage in a bikini and being scrutinized, that has got to play into your confidence for anybody who's out public speaking, stepping out on stage.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, the public speaking helped because I wasn't nervous, but it took a lot of courage for me to step on stage alongside of 50-year-olds, you know, and have to turn around and have my butt compared to their butt. You know, I mean, that takes courage. I'm going to be honest. That took a lot of courage.
Harvey, you're a champion for women. We want to keep
Yes.
watching you. I know you've been posting on Instagram. What's the best way to follow you?
The best way to follow me is either on Facebook or Instagram, or TikTok. I do videos there too, or YouTube. You can, and again, it's just RV Robinson, ARVEE Robinson, and that's how you can find me.
Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, Bonnie.
I'll be watching. I'll be working out. So there you have it. You have just met 7 powerful women to watch, and be watching because I can assure you they will be in the news. Coming to you from the amazing outdoors of Sedona, Arizona, this is Zonie Living. I'm Bonnie Stevens.